to Ready, Set, Sunday. We're so glad that you are here. If you were with us last week, we focused on just naming your noise. And so we invited you to just take a few minutes and what we called the money dump. And so if you've done that, today's activity is going to build on that. If you didn't do that, you can completely do what we're going to talk about today without that. We also welcome you to go back and review what we did last week. You can always check out the recordings inside of the community. So just check out all the resources week by week inside of our community together. So today we're going to talk about resetting. Doesn't mean jumping straight to solutions.
Right. We want to fix problems, right?
Oh, I definitely do.
Yeah.
I'm a big fixer. You know this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's a problem. Yo, I'll solve it.
That's right. Check out the hook.
Shout out to babies of the 80s and 70s and 80s there.
That's right. Vanilla ice baby.
But we have to stop a little bit. We talked last week about how slow is fast. And so this is the slow before the fast part. And so it's really about awareness. And so if you don't stop and gather some awareness about what is happening, then you won't have that knowledge to make good decisions going forward. And so it's not just about act. It's about making smart, intentional decisions going forward. So today we're going to talk about really grounding our decisions, not only in the awareness of the noise, which is what we did last week, but also in facts. He's a big facts guy.
Facts.
He says hashtag facts around our house all the time. We're grounded in facts.
Because facts are data.
They are. And so what we need to do is we're going to take this exercise and we're going to jump right in.
Cool.
So when it comes to money, we need to reset our foundation. And when we reset our foundation, we have to understand where we're actually standing right now. Not where we want to be. That's really great. That's goals. Not where we were, because there's some guilt and shame to that we need to put down, but where we are right now. And so that requires us to open those apps and get out those, bank statements and really take some accounting into where we are right this moment. And so there's no shame in it. This is not a value judgment exercise. We're not saying you did good, you did bad. That's not what this is. We're not doing a report card. We are talking about what is actually happening. And so this week, we're going to ask you to really clarify, based on categories, what is happening. And so why this matters is we tend to react, right? There's a lot of emotion in a money.
Right. And you want to stay out of fight or flight.
Yeah.
Which is where you just react. Right?
Yeah. It's really easy with money because we're like, oh crap, I shouldn't have gone and done Starbucks today. Or my kids were driving me crazy. So I just went through McDonald's and got dinner because I was so stressed. We're not doing, evaluation based on emotion today. We're just standing in the facts. And when we approach the facts kindly, life happens. Yep. Of course you're going to go through McDonald's or something every once in a while because you have a crazy schedule. If you stand in the facts and kind of leave the emotions over to the side, we're not saying emotions are bad or you shouldn't have them.
And we're not saying it's easy all the time.
Yeah.
Right?
And sometimes that's where we come in, is because we can be that kind of third party, non-anxious presence with your money. But what we're saying is when you tone down the emotion just a little bit, we have a few more options about how we can attack our money. Not everything is so reactionary. So, babe, tell us a little bit about this practice that we're going to do this week.
Okay, so this week's practice is called Spending Snapshot. Like, picture, yeah.
Yep.
And so you talked about categories,
yep.
Right? So we're not drilling down deep into line-by-line expenses or line-by-line bank statements.
Yeah.
Right? We're looking at big picture categories.
Yep.
Like food, housing, car. Right?
Yep. So I'm not seeing how much I spent at Starbucks particularly.
Right.
I'm not seeing how much I spent at this particular grocery store or that particular grocery store, but I'm looking at maybe food in right. general or
entertainment, restaurant, right?
Okay.
Big,
all right.
Big picture categories.
Got it.
And we want to do that over a quick look at last month, right? So that'd be December.
Okay.
And so because we don't want to make this a big science project, right?
Yep.
We want to just focus in, okay, what did we do last month? Now, of course, caveat, right?
Yeah.
December could be a little weird because of holidays and holiday parties and gifts and the whole thing.
Yeah.
But still, that's the last set of data we've got. That's
Yep.
where we start.
And we deal in facts. So part of the fact information is being aware of those kind of outliers. And so what that can inform us going forward is, okay, maybe there are some outliers to plan for as we go into 2026.
Right.
You know, Christmas always happens on December 25th.
That's what I hear.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it that way too. 'Cause
Yeah.
I get to give gifts and stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So we got categories,
Yep.
right? Not transactions.
Yep.
And so the challenge here is, right, find one thing that surprises you, like, wow, that's less or more than I thought it should be, right?
Right.
And then find one area where you feel steady, like, okay, that's what I thought it should be, and that's what it is. So we're just looking to identify two things, right?
Yep.
One surpriser and one, hey, that's exactly what I thought it should be.
Yep. If I had to do this for us, I think one thing that surprised me in our December was food was crazy. Because
Yeah.
our December was crazy.
Right.
And so, you know, it's just something we can plan for going forward. And one of the things that feels steadier than I expected was we have really been great on how much we spend on gas lately.
Right.
You know, I thought that was one of the things that was really kind of all over the place. And, you know, once we really kind of digged into it, like, we have a pretty solid amount that we spend on, you know, driving back and forth. So.
Right. So for me, like, the one thing I thought was pretty steady in December was gifts.
Yeah.
Like, you know, before gifts seems like it's been out of control, but it was pretty much on target this year.
It really was.
And nobody went like unpresented or gifted or didn't feel like loved or whatever.
Nope,
right?
because
So,
we had a plan and we executed.
yeah, so I thought that was my steady. Now my surprise, I would probably agree, is probably food was crazy high.
Yeah.
But we had a lot of time, like kids aren't in school, right?
Yeah. And so, I mean, I don't think we did anything that we would have regretted.
No.
But I think I would plan differently going into next December.
Right. And that's where the data comes in, right?
Exactly.
We don't regret the data. The data is just the data.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
And of course, you try to figure out the information from the data, right?
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to do next
Okay.
as we move forward, right? So we've focused on the noise,
Yep.
right? Now we're focusing on awareness.
Okay.
And that's going to be setting the stage as we go from, we've got this data set, how do we get information that we can use out of it?
Now, this exercise feels pretty normal for us because we do it on the regular.
Right, but not everybody does.
What about people who are doing this for the very first time?
It could feel a little crazy
Yeah.
or a little scary, a
Yeah.
little daunting.
Why?
Well, because you're forcing yourself to look at it. You
Yeah.
might have been dodoing and burying your head in the sand, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like those self-evaluations that you might have to fill out at work or those kind of things, like, you know, having an honest evaluation for yourself. We're really challenging you to have a true,
Honest, open, transparent.
And again, you're not
Right.
giving yourself a 1 through 5 like you might do on a job evaluation, A through F like you might do on a report card. This is just an awareness. Oh, that was more or less than I thought.
Right.
That was different than I thought. Oh, I didn't realize that even happened. And so,
Right.
you know, that's the kind of thing. You know, when we've done this before with customers, sometimes they realize they have more money available than they thought because
Yeah.
they didn't spend. Or
Right.
sometimes they thought they were spending so much on groceries, but they really weren't. And so, you know, sometimes you might even find money.
Right. It may not be a negative. It
Yeah.
might be a positive,
Yeah,
right?
you
Like,
might find money that you didn't really know you had.
Right. And again, we're not looking for problems. We're not looking to fix.
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah. Just an awareness.
We will, but not yet.
Yep.
Let's take it in steps.
Absolutely. So once you've done this exercise, again, you know, you've got the noise thing that maybe you did in week 1. If you did, great. That's kind of sitting there. So an awareness of where noise is coming into your life. You're going to partner this with this awareness of what actually happened. So there's the perception, and now there's the reality, right? The noise is the perception of anxiety, like, oh gosh, this, that, and the other. Now we're adding a little bit of reality to it. And so you're going to ground it in facts. Again, we're not jumping all the way to let's make a plan XYZ. We're going to take this one step at a time. So by the time you have a plan, it's going to be rock solid, and again, always adjustable.
And that's how we work with our clients, right?
Yeah.
We come alongside and we start with fear to facts to plan to execution.
Exactly. And so one of the things that we're doing throughout January is we're just building on these tools so you can reset and refocus throughout January. If you want to dive in deeper with us, we are having a group session on January 22nd that we would love for you to be a part of. And so if you want more information about that, please comment in the community and we will send you information. And it's also available in many of the emails that we've sent throughout the month. The resource for you to kind of dive into this, we've also attached a PDF resource just to kind of help you do this. Sometimes, how do I even get started is even hard. So there's just a simple instruction guide on how to do this attached in the community post that this is included with. And so we just really encourage you to dive in this week.
Right. We just try to make it easy, right?
Yep.
We equip you with tools. So there's no excuses.
Absolutely. So for this week, awareness is the goal. That's the big word of the week.
Eyes open, awareness.
Yep. You don't need to make any changes just yet. And so then next week, we're going to take, our perception and then our reality, and we're going to talk about maybe refocusing on what matters to you. Again, we don't make a plan until we get aligned with our values.
Right.
So now we're building on all of these steps to go forward.
Because we found that, right, when you align with your values, it's sustainable.
It's absolutely sustainable. So I'm so glad that you are here with us along this journey, and I hope that you're taking each step along the way. You are always welcome to reach out to us in the community, and we are here to support you. So we are so glad that you joined us for this Ready, Set Sunday, and we hope that you join us again next week. Thanks, y'all.